The Republican Party needs to get its shit together. ASAP. I'm really glad we spent the past couple of weeks, as Sean Davis of The Federalist put it, policing some young person's group chat, what a podcast host said, and what the head of a think tank over at Heritage had to say. I'm really glad that the Republicans devoted so much time to that. That was a great move. Terrific move. Way to stick together, to really shine a light on what matters. The Republicans like to lose. They enjoy losing. They enjoy when they are embattled and in a losing position and complaining. They love it. They do it really well. Less good at winning, especially when Donald Trump is not there to get them over the line. The Republican Party is not strong. Donald Trump is strong. Republicans don't know how to win. They don't know who to run. They don't know what to do when daddy's not there to fly them across the finish line. And that's just been so obvious. Meanwhile, Trump is all over the Middle East while people's groceries bills are still high. They're still dealing with inflation. They're suffering. Like, that's it. OK, we're focus on domestic policy and on making people's lives better. That's really all I have to say. Those are my top line thoughts. There's a lot to get into on why this happened and so on, but that's my top line takeaway.
Yes, I don't know if you disagree with Megyn Kelly. According to me, she is right. Republicans need to put their things together. A lot is going on. These elections, few hours ago, is actually a lesson that if these people can pick up fast, a lot will go wrong.
This guy last night, the anger that he spewed, I mean, he dropped the mask immediately. Mamdani did. Immediately. He got up there and was all but rubbing his hands together, looking at his new power and what he's going to do to the city of New York. God bless them. I wish them all the luck. And I'm worried on a personal basis because we go to New York, of course. If you live anywhere near New York City, you go. You go for shows. You go for occasional dinners. You know, your kids go. I shudder to think of what he's going to do to it. I mean, we didn't even talk. We spent so much time on the socialism and his radicalism. We didn't even really spend a lot of time on the fact that he's budgeting, he said, $65 million to trans anyone who wants it from in-state or out-of-state, minor or adult, on the taxpayer dime. He basically wants New York to be a sanctuary for trans children. Last night, his speech, he thanked every foreign nation known to man. Like the Senegalese, whatever, hot dog salesman, the Nepalese cab driver. That's who he sees as his constituency. Meanwhile, he's up there talking about how this is for the guys who got the scars on their knuckles and the calluses on their hands.
When you take a look at a tweet like this, Trump, Mamdani telling me to turn the volume up is a very dangerous statement. It's a very dangerous statement for him to make. He has to be a little respectful of Washington. I want to make the city succeed. I think he should reach out to us. I'm here. We will see what happens. Okay, Trump had an interview. He talked about this. And when you look at Trump, you can see the frustration. He stated it clearly, it has just started. If they don't do something, what will happen at the midterm will be devastating. Looking at what I saw a few days ago, Trump calling that they should eliminate the filibuster, nobody was even responding to that. Trump made it clear, if they don't do this, a lot will go wrong. This result came out. When I look at how people were reacting to it, to me, I was not surprised because I've been following up polls to see exactly what has been going on. It was obvious that Democrats were to perform like that.
Scott?
Oh, are you saying he wasn't the unifying voice of a generation that you predicted mere moments ago? Axe, where was the man that you predicted would not slice and dice the? Look, guys, he started his speech by quoting Eugene Debs, who ran for president of the United States 5 times as the Socialist Party of America candidate. He repeatedly attacked people in this. No, I know my socialists. I keep a close eye on them. I work here. So here's the thing. He went after everybody that he thinks is a problem. People who own things, people who have businesses. He said an interesting quote, "No problem too large for government to solve."
Or too small, important.
And so when you think of the world that way, that every problem, no matter how small or how large, is something for government to do, let me just decipher this for you. Tax increases as far as the eye can see, which means the people who need to provide jobs to the young people that you say need jobs are going to flee as quickly as they possibly can. I think this was a divisive speech, and he clearly sees the world in terms of the people who are oppressing you and the oppressed. And he said the oppressed are now in city. I wouldn't overread it. Virginia, in particular, has never been a great bellwether. I don't think a lot of folks had a lot of confidence in the Virginia campaign that was run on the Republican side.
You know, what is more interesting about this whole thing, the image he has portrayed during campaigns, TikTok videos he put out, you see a different person, but immediately he won. He unmasked. He was angry. If you look at even Trump's response to that speech, it should tell you something. Yeah. It was not really a friendly speech. He was angry. I believe you've won. Yeah. You should do a speech now like, oh, I'm now the mayor. You know, a unified speech, that is what a lot of people expected. But what I saw was totally different. And now, according to MMBC, they are saying Republicans don't really care about this because they're going to rig the midterm. This is their new talking point.
Here's the side of the Republican Party, of this Republican Party, you cannot lose sight of. The reason they don't care, it seems like they don't care, is because they got a plan B.
Well, definitely, yes.
And the plan B is the state election offices that they now control. And setting up those operations going into 26 to make sure not just that you have ballot watchers and poll watchers, but they have their fingers in some degree on the system is something that you need to be mindful of, because you can't lose sight of that side of this equation of how they get the ultimate control.
And the key theme of all these races tonight is that in them we do see, in my view, the future of the Democrat Party. Because no matter what the results are tonight, we know it is now in the hands of the squad. This is AOC's party, which, by the way, you might recall I predicted would be the case back in 2019. And by extension, tonight, it's Zohran Mamdani's party, it's Jay Jones's party, and it's Omar Fateh's party. A communist born in Uganda, a lunatic with a fetish, and a socialist who wants to reimagine policing. Isn't that great? They're all favored to win. But even if they somehow don't, their influence will continue.
I believe you've seen. I'm just here to report the news so you can see exactly what is going on. It has happened. What is the way forward? This is a question Republicans need to be asking themselves right now. When I look at this race, Eric Adams dropped out. This Siwa was supposed to drop out. If you look at the percentages, you can clearly see that Cuomo was actually topping up after the endorsement of Trump, Elon Musk. I would not like to even emphasize on this. It has already happened. The Gov is supposed to look into this and try to figure out what is going on. I want to appreciate people constantly supporting me, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. Never stop to support me. If you see my notification, always share out the videos. As of the short clips at the end, that is for the YT algorithm.
I would say to you, I don't know that West Virginia is a moderate state.
it voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump, who is not a moderate president.
3 times.
3 times.
Over 40. He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
He beat Joe. He got lost to Joe Biden.
But not in West Virginia.
No, he still won by 40 points.
Right. This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct.
To have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times somebody asks
for?
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do them.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renovation.